When are you going to decide on whether you want to have my parents moving in or not? I have been waiting for a week now, and there still has not been an answer from you.
You want to talk about that again? I've already told you that I don't want to live with them, so that's it, Chris.
The only person that's against this is you, Alice. Just hurry up and make your choice. Right now, my mom is very excited to move in with us, so don't keep her waiting.
I'm sure all she wants is someone to take care of her and do all the chores, right?
Are you making fun of my mom or something?
Well, up until now, every time we've gone over to your parents' house, your mom has made me do all of the chores. And then she takes you with her, and you all get to have fun without me.
Well, that's because your job as my wife is to get all the housework done for everyone. Stop complaining about it already.
And what about those times she'll purposefully throw food on the floor and tell me to go clean it up?
She tells you every time that those are accidents, okay? She has made it very clear that she has slippery hands, and that's why she drops that food. Do you still not believe her?
You're telling me that every single time I'm there, she has slippery hands like that? Of course I don't believe what she's saying, Chris. Also, I've heard about what your mom has said about me, and about how she only wanted me marrying you in order to become her bedside nurse in the future. I don't want that for myself, all right? Have her hire someone to come and take care of her instead of using me as free labor.
So that's your only excuses for not wanting to live with my parents?
My only excuses? What? Why do you not care at all about how I'm feeling right now? Is this because you have someone else besides me or something?
Who are you even talking about?
I asked you this one time before. Who is that girl you seem so close to and are always walking with? We have things we still need to figure out between ourselves as husband and wife, so we do not have the ability to live with your parents now.
I told you that's one of the new hires at the company. When we are coming home from the bar, we are both drunk as hell, and that's why you see her and I all over one another. How many more times do I have to explain that to you? Would you stop being such a dramatic witch? Jesus, stop thinking about a world where I'm the bad guy and make your decision. Yo, reply to me right now.
What, Chris? You haven't even said anything to me yet. What do you want?
I want you to listen and be shocked by this. We've decided that my parents and us will be living together. There's better not be any complaints from you after this.
What? What do you mean we are living together?
You are so thick-headed. I'm saying that I've made the choice for you since you never gave an answer. I've already sent my mom and dad's things to the house for them. They might already be arriving there as we speak.
Is that right? Well, luckily that's all happened just as I've moved out of there.
What? You moved out?
Yep, I sent all my things to my parents' house already, and they said they just got them right as I walked through their front door.
So you're not even at the house anymore? I never heard anything about this.
That's because I never said anything about it to you. Chris, you left the house the moment you woke up to go and see your parents, so I never had any time to tell you to your face. That's right.
So you're telling me you never got any of my mom or dad's things today? What the hell are you doing? What is this about you moving out of our house even? I want you to tell me what's going on here right now. Stop trying to derail this conversation and move on to the next thing.
You're the one freaking out right now and jumping all over the place. You were just telling me about how you didn't listen to my answer and forced your way into getting your parents into the house, right? You can't say anything to me. I knew something like that would be happening soon, and that's why I moved out today and back to my parents' house. Recently, you've been on the phone with the moving company, and I started to get worried about what would happen next. So I made the right choice by getting out of there now.
Unbelievable. Do you even consider yourself my wife? I'm going to tell my parents about this.
Alice, it's been a while. Candice, I haven't seen you in so long. You told me a while back that you were busy. Are things all better now? Things are a lot better now. I'm not as tied up with everything anymore. So what's been going on with you today? Where are you texting me right now? Well, the last time you and I had a chance to meet, you were talking to me about how things with my brother and Mom were pretty tough on you, right? It's been some time since then, but I wanted to check up on you and see if everything's okay now. Oh, thank you for worrying about me. That was very kind of you to think of me today. I have to say that you coming to me was some pretty good timing because just today, Chris tried to force your parents onto me. He even went and sent all their things to our house without telling me. What? You have to be lying about that, right? How could he do something like that? Alice, are you okay right now? I'm fine. I knew something bad was going to be happening with us soon, so I made sure to get things shipped off to my parents' house today, and I moved back in with them now. I don't have to worry about that drama anymore now. I feel like I just made it out of there just in time to save myself. Very true. I'm so sorry about my family causing you even more trouble. You don't have to apologize for them, Candice. You've been out of your parents' house for a long time now and barely even talked with any of them since then, right? You have nothing to do with what decisions they've made this time. And the fact that you're checking up on me now after so long, thank you so much. But Alice, back when I first heard about my brother getting married to someone, I was so worried about the woman he was with because I knew my parents would take advantage of her. I should have warned you about all that sooner. And from the look of things, my brother doesn't seem to care about you at all. Moving my parents into your house like that without getting your permission as well? It was going to happen eventually, Candice, but I was lucky enough to take care of myself there and made it out alive. Well, if you have anything else you're worried or troubled by, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I will do whatever I can to help you out.
Have you fixed that poor attitude of yours? I hope you're not acting like a selfish brat anymore, and will come back here right now. My mom and dad are waiting patiently for you. How much longer are you going to keep us all waiting?
Selfish brat? I didn't go back home to my parents' house just because I'm selfish. All of you never listened to the answer I gave you and made the choice to move your mom and dad in anyway.
From the start, I'd have been talking about having my parents come live with us. This was all being talked about way before yesterday and today. So what the hell, Alice?
And that whole time I had been saying no to having your parents move in with us.
Do you really hate my mom that much? Even though she's been treating you with so much kindness?
So much kindness? Stop joking already and get real, Chris. To me, everything she was doing was abusive. Day after day, asking me to go to her house and clean for her and then forcing me to make her dinner. And anytime she would make dinner, she'd feed me only the leftovers or burnt scraps. Then, when I'd go home at night all worn out and wanting to relax, she'd call me again asking me to go back over to her house. And when I'd say no to that, she'd come over to our house uninvited and start forcing me to do more chores there. No matter how many times I asked her to give me the duplicate key to the house back, she would just whine and moan before running off. I was never able to get a break in that house with all of you, so don't you freaking dare say she was treating me with so much kindness.
My mom was doing all of that for your sake.
Bullcrap, she only cares about you. That's why, for whatever reason, you keep a blind eye to all the hate that she keeps on feeding me. This is the reason why Candice ran away from you all, right? Because your mom only cared about you and would make her do all the work around the house while you were spoiled to death.
All you do is complain. Your job as my wife is to do everything my mom tells you.
Well, if you're going to keep on bringing that up, then what about you? Do you think you're accomplishing your job as a husband? All you've done for me is side with your parents on everything and have not ever cared about what I say or think.
Of course I side with them. Because you were once a complete stranger to me before. My mom and dad have always been my family, unlike you. It's common sense for me to side with the people I've always known.
Alright then, Chris, I see. So I'm not your family then. Sounds great. Glad to see we've both settled all of this then. I'm out of here. But before I'm totally gone, I'll do what I can to make sure this crap never happens to me again.
I'm not sure what you plan on doing, but it better be something involving you getting your butt back home. Are you serious right now? I could see that your parents' house is up for sale right now. Did you guys forget to pay the bills or something? That must mean you have nowhere else to live now, right? Now you'll have to come back to your husband and beg all of us for forgiveness. And make sure to not bring your parents along with you. This house isn't big enough for those two animals.
What's this? Did you come around my parents' house or something?
I did. I may be busy right now, but I decided to come pay my selfish woman a visit. I'm so kind thinking about you when I have far more important things to be doing, right? Although, you have kept me waiting for months now. So this is what's happened over these last couple of months? Hilarious. You've lost your house. Where are you right now? On the road trying to find a place to sleep now?
I would never live a life like that. We're having that house sold because we don't need it anymore.
Huh? What do you mean you don't need it anymore?
There's a new house I'm moving into. Actually, it's a penthouse, but we bought the place, so it's all ours.
A penthouse? Stop lying.
If only this were a lie. Right now, you happen to be in front of that old house, right? Then you must have seen where we're living now on your way over there. It's that new skyscraper that's just next to the main station. The one that's all modern with a somewhat medieval accent to it.
What? That massive building? You're kidding, right? You bought that place without ever telling me about it?
That's right. There are no plans in my future of ever going back to you, so I decided to leave you out of this.
Did you buy that penthouse with your own money then?
With the money I had saved up before we got married, and also with some money from my father. I didn't take any money out of our shared bank account, so calm down.
I'm not worried. And the name on that place is yours, right? If that's the case, then I can bring my parents along with me and move in there.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Since you're my wife, that means anything you own is also mine. Kick your parents out of there right now, and then let my family in there. Tell us your room number right now.
Are you being serious right now? I would like you to sleep if you're so tired that you start to speak nonsense to me. I'm not telling you anything more about this place. And I'm not even giving you guys the code to get into the building.
Shut up and listen to me, Alice. Give me your room number and the code right now.
Not going to happen.
Alice, are you sure you want to do this? I happen to know a very good lawyer who can help me out with this. If you tell me right now, then I'll forgive you for abandoning me for so long. Now, tell us the room number. Yo! Candice, long time no see. I hear you've become a lawyer now, right? It's been years now since we last talked, since you never replied back to me after leaving the house. But we're still close to one another, right?
Huh? Why are you wanting to talk now?
Come on now, sis. Don't be so cold. I happen to have a favor to ask of you, now that you've become a lawyer and everything. You and I are family, so you'll do this for me without charging me, right?
That's where I thought this was going. It didn't take too long for you to tell me the truth there. I know that you want to work with me because of the lawyer I've become and all, since that's how you've always been. Using me like I'm some kind of tool to you until things are all better and you just throw me away.
Yo, what the hell is wrong with you? Is that the right way to be talking to your older brother?
You're nothing like an older brother to me anymore.
Well, who cares? I'll forgive you this time for acting that way, since I'm such a kind brother and all. You've met with my wife Alice once before, haven't you? Right now, Alice isn't living in the same house as me. She's moved into a new place that she bought without ever telling me a thing. It's a freaking penthouse in this new skyscraper as well. That witch. She bought the place while we've been married, so that makes the place mine as well, right? I want you, as the lawyer you are, to go to her right now and tell her that I legally have the right to be there. Then I'll be able to move into that new penthouse with both mom and dad.
What kind of BS is this? From what Alice has told me, she bought the place using both her dad's money and money she saved up before marrying you. That means the place isn't technically yours, and you have no right to it.
What? Why do you know about what Alice has done, and about how she paid for it with her dad's money?
Because I've been meeting with her occasionally, and she spoke with me about buying the penthouse and everything as well before she went through with it. She wanted a new place to live with her parents, but was afraid of you taking it from her. So she came to me seeking guidance. But since she's paid for the place with both her dad's money and with money she had before marrying you, there's nothing you can do to have a right to it. I made sure she was aware of that, which seemed to make her very happy.
You? Who the hell's side are you on? Why aren't you trying to help your family out and are helping her instead? Who are the ones that raised you into the woman you are now? That was both mom and dad, you idiot. It's because of those two that you're a lawyer, and you should be thankful for that. You are so freaking ungrateful.
You really think something like that to be true? There's a small bit of truth to that, and I will say that I'm thankful for the very small amount of food Mom prepared for me, but that's about all I need to be thankful for. Because both Mom and Dad only cared about spoiling you and making sure you were never unhappy, I was put on the sidelines having to fend for myself. Then you began to act like them too, and for years and years would pick on me and make me feel like I was unwanted there. When I was studying, you all would tell me women didn't need school, and at times would burn my books and everything else I needed for school because I was just supposed to cook and clean for the rest of my life. That's why, in the end, I had to make the only choice that would save myself, and that was leaving all of you and running away. Luckily, when it came to college, I was able to get a small scholarship and work a few part-time jobs to pay off the rest of tuition. And after some long years of having to work practically full-time studying, I became a lawyer. I didn't think for a second that this outcome was thanks to any of you. I never will.
Talk about the past all you want, but I don't remember a thing. Just put all that crap behind you and listen to what I need from you.
Were you listening? Or have you suffered that much brain damage that you forgot things that only just happened to you? No matter what you try and say to me, I'm not listening to it. Oh, and another thing. There should be an envelope making its way to your house soon.
An envelope?
The one who was paying the rent for that house you're still living in was Alice, right? It's been a few months now since she left that house, but you, Mom, and Dad still continue to live there, right?
What?
Alice told me that she's going to end the lease here soon. That envelope might have something to do with that.
Huh? But we are still living here.
You guys still living there doesn't mean anything to Alice, though. You were the one that moved Mom and Dad in there without ever getting her permission. So there shouldn't be a problem with her ending the lease on that place without your permission, right?
Are you saying that you don't care about what's going to happen to us?
I'm sure you all can just go back to that old and run-down house again, right? That's all you guys have to do, so stop trying to act like you're going to die because of this.
That house has been torn down now.
Is that right? Well, sucks to suck then. Are we done here now? You guys have to get ready to move out of there soon, so you don't have time to still be talking to me. So I recommend you get to it.
First her, and now you? Alice, it looks like you went and ended the lease without ever asking me first.
Ah, so now you guys are aware of that too then? Well, that's the truth. I'm not living there anymore, so why should I keep renting it? I've paid for the last month already, so you have 1 month to move out of there. If you don't leave by the end of the month, then the landlord's going to be a little upset. By the way, you were talking about how you know this really good lawyer before. Were you talking about Candice or something? Did you try talking to her already? Even after all the things you did to her in the past?
Shut the hell up already. I don't need to ask her for help anyway, because there are other lawyers I can get to help me. I might even take you with me to court and have the judge deal with your butt.
Go ahead and try to make some case out of this, but I doubt any lawyer is going to take your side.
Crap. Why are you doing things like this? Do you not love me anymore or something? Just deal with having my parents around and come back here this instant.
I love it when you play stupid like that. You make it sound so realistic half the time, talking like you don't understand any English. I mean, could you really be telling me that you still don't understand why I don't want to live with them? That would be insane if this was truly you turning a blind eye to all of that still. I mean, I was going through all that hell right in front of your eyes, so there's no way you didn't see that, right? Coming home from having to work late only to be immediately woken up by her to start cleaning and cooking even though it's the middle of the night? I'm practically suffering from insomnia now because I was never allowed to sleep. Do you remember that time I passed out? I was lacking so much sleep that at one moment everything went dark and I collapsed. When I went to the doctors for that, the doctor told me I needed sleep and food badly. But none of you ever explained that the reason for me being in that state was because of your mom. It's not like any of you would say anything about me anyway, because the whole dang time it's all about your mom. Do you even love me anymore, Chris? Have you ever loved me? If you really ever once considered me as part of your family, you would have never let me go through all of that hell.
Honestly, you are so damn annoying, woman. Make your decision already. Either you allow my parents and I to move into your penthouse, or you tell the landlord to forget about ending the lease and let us live here forever while paying the rent. And I expect you to pay that rent until we are all dead.
I'm not choosing either of those options.
Huh?
If you're about to lose your house, then why not move in with your girlfriend? Tell her you're bringing the parents along as well.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not stupid, Chris. I never have been, so would you stop trying to fool me like that? You've been going out with that new hire at your work that you always told me was just a new hire, right? And even after I've left you all months ago, you and her have only become closer, right? Luckily, I had Candice help me out with all of this, and we now have loads of evidence. She's a very good lawyer, after all, so after we are done writing up some reports about you cheating on me, we'll get to the divorce forms.
Divorce forms? What the hell is all of this about now?
The only one who seems to still not get what's going on here is you, Chris. Ever since I left that house, I've been preparing for this with the help of my parents, Candice, and some other friends. Pretty soon here, Candice will be paying you all a visit, and you'll be signing those forms for me, okay? And if you refuse, then the next time we meet will be in the courtroom. Only that time, I won't be nice to you at all.
You're taking things this far? What's gotten it into you? We have been so caring towards you, Alice.
Can you explain to me what exactly you're talking about? Ever since our wedding, there's been no love from your family, and at this point, love has become so non-existent that it might even be in the negatives now. Ah, and another thing. I made sure to send an envelope to your mom as well with evidence of you cheating this whole time.
You sent that to my mom? No!
I don't think it matters how much she spoils you. When she sees you in pictures sleeping with another girl, I don't think she'll look at you the same. She did say that one time we had dinner together that the things she hates most in life are those who cheat.
Alice, please tell my mom not to open that envelope and to just toss it.
It's already arrived, and I'm sure she's looking at it right now. You might want to ask her about it now. Good luck, Chris.
Wait a second, Alice.
From now on, I'd like you to talk with Candice if you have anything to say to me. With that, goodbye forever, you jerk. Alice, I have some news. It took a lot more time than I was expecting, but that guy finally signed the papers. The divorce has been finalized. Congratulations. Thank you so much for telling me, Candice. This was the final push for us then, right? That's right, and I'm glad you're free of them now, too. It felt so wonderful fighting against those that had ruined my childhood, and I hope we will never have to deal with them much more again. The only thing I'm a bit sad about now is that you're no longer my sister-in-law, so I'll never really see you again. What are you talking about? To me, you're like my real little sister, and I want you around me forever. Let's go out to eat again sometime, okay? Are you sure? Oh my god, thank you so much, Alice. I've gone and cut ties to all of them as well now, so they'll never know about us being around one another still. We're like two survivors who were able to escape from that abusive family. I'm so glad it's all pretty much over for us. We can finally take a moment to breathe. I feel the same way. After freeing myself from those animals, I feel as though I can become myself again. I'm really looking forward to getting back to working full-time again and living a life that will no longer include them. I'm sure that feels amazing. You're no longer going to have your life sucked away from you by those leeches and will be able to do whatever you want. Let's both work together and become amazing people. Let's do it. We can talk more about all of this really soon. We can have a party commemorating the day I divorced that asshole. Hell yeah. After that, having lost their only place to live, Chris and his parents had to move into a very old-looking apartment where there wasn't even any heating. Chris was also forced to pay a settlement fee to me because of his cheating, which didn't seem to sit well with him because he started to whine even more to Candice about her taking my side. This wouldn't faze Candice, though, and after a few back and forths, she told him to either pay it to me soon, or she'd have to go in front of a judge and face even more penalties. That ended up shutting him up, and within a week I had that settlement arriving in my bank account and never had to think about Chris again. After learning about how he had been cheating on me, Chris's mom forced him to break things off with that new hire. She was not finished with Chris, though, and started to think that he broke up with her because he had another woman. So at work, she started to make claims about how Chris was a sex offender and had assaulted her as well. Chris is now having to go to HR every day as an investigation has been started on him inside the company, which may lead to him being fired. This has also led to some very toxic situations back home for him, where neither his mother or father will talk to him. These are all things Candice was told in a letter from her mother, and which she later told to me. Now, with how things have turned out for me, right now I'm living a life without a single person getting in my way anymore, and have become even closer to my parents. Work is going really well for me, and I'm able to go out most weeknights and weekends to see friends I haven't been around in ages. Recently, I was asked by a younger guy at work if I wanted to go out to lunch with him someday, and I think I might just take him up on that offer. I hope things between him and I start off with a bang, and we can become more than just coworkers. Make sure you don't cheap out on the gifts at my upcoming wedding, okay? If there isn't at least double the amount I get from the rest of my family coming from you, then I'm going to get upset. I might even make you leave my dad at that point. Jordan? I'm not sure you should be saying things like that to me right now, especially at a time like this. I understand that you might be excited about the upcoming wedding and all that, but that does not give you the right to say such things like that to me or anyone. What? I don't have a mom, though, so how am I supposed to know what to be saying? How about you tell me what I should be saying, since I've had to live my whole life with only a dad in my life? I never had a kind mom to help me through anything like this. I've been around you all your life, though, right? And I had been trying to act as your mother the whole time, teaching you everything I thought you'd need to know. So don't use that whole "I have no mom" trick on me, because I have been here for 25 years helping raise you with your father. What are you talking about? You think I've ever thought of you as my mom? Could you stop acting like you actually did anything that makes you my mom just because you were around me for a little while? I'm not trying to act like I'm your mother, though. To be honest, I've just been around your father this whole time and thought it would be kind of myself to be helpful with you. And as far as I can remember, you always did view me as your mother figure. But I suppose that was all a lie then? Which is fine, I guess, but you still need to respect me for what I've done for you. Stop acting like I should still be thinking of you that way, though. And respect you? No thanks. All of you know right now that I never agreed with you getting married to my dad. Like I'd ever want some useless grandma around in my life. I wonder what my dad saw in your old butt that made him think marriage was a good idea. For some reason, it's starting to seem like you're acting even worse than before. Did I do anything to you recently? I know that for the past couple of years you've grown a little distant from me, but now it's almost like you're actually trying to make me feel bad. That's because I really want for you and my dad to get a divorce. So why should I continue being nice to you when I'm trying to get you out of my life? And as for the actual wedding, I really hope you don't actually come to it. You'd ruin the vibe for everyone else there who shows up wanting to celebrate me. All of my guests would have to learn my dad got remarried to some shut-in grandma. I understand that I work from home most of the time, but I wouldn't start throwing the word shut-in around. It doesn't make me feel good when you call me that. Well, listen, I've been saying that about you this whole time. And to be real with you, when have I ever seen you actually working a job? Since you're always sitting in that room all day, I'm sure you're just playing video games or watching YouTube, right? Just because you're not seeing me work does not mean I'm not doing other things in here. What I'm doing is just not something I need to show you, and if I leave the door open for everyone all the time, I won't be able to focus. That's probably why you've never seen what I'm actually doing in that room. But I promise you that what I'm doing is related to my job.
That's what you say. Thank God Dad is such a nice man, right? If he was any more strict with you, then you'd never be able to continue playing those video games all day long, right? How about now that I'm out of the house, though, you go ahead and divorce him?
You really want your father to be alone that badly? Do you think that I'm taking him away from you or something?
If I say that I'm feeling that way, will you divorce him for me?
I'll put some thought into it, yes.
By the way, I'm already married at this point and will be going to my husband here soon. And you know that, right? So, since things between you and I will really be ending here, I'll let you in on one final secret. My dad, he's in love with a younger woman than you right now. She's a model, so recently the two of them have been going on quite a few dates with one another.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, so you really didn't know about any of this, huh? I kind of figured that someone like you would be clueless. I know there are plenty of older women who begin to stop thinking about the world around them as they've gotten older. But in your case, you must have completely forgotten that there are in fact better-looking women than you out there.
Would you please tell me what's going on here? Is your father really going out with another woman now?
I'm honestly not too sure, so you might want to go and talk with him about it. But from my point of view, I'm kind of thinking he does have another younger woman around. Just from the way he's leaving the house in a hurry sometimes, I can tell that she's got him all tied up in herself. Dang, Julian, there really is nothing left you can do now.
I see. Well, thank you for giving me a heads up. If this is really true, then I guess we're closer to a divorce than even I had thought.
But before you do get that divorce, make sure you allow me to have my wedding first. Wouldn't want to get any bad luck from you or my dad, right? Doesn't seem right to me to have my wedding after you both have cut ties.
It seems that everything must be about you then. All right then, if that's what you want from me, then I'll listen. As for right now, I'm going to start getting to the bottom of things with your father.
By the way, I wanted to talk about this month's allowance. You think you can up it a little for me? I have Jordan's wedding and all coming up. With what little you're giving me now, it might make things a bit tough for me come time that I'd have to help her with the wedding costs and her gifts from me.
What are you talking about, Richard? Month after month, you've already been asking me to raise your allowance for whatever reasons you have. Are there really that many things going on in your life that require you to get more money from me?
There's nothing crazy going on here. I just happen to have a lot of work on my plate, and that leads to me getting stressed out. And so I want to use that money you give me to get some fresh air and relax a little bit. You're making all kinds of money with your job, so it's not like you have anything to worry about. So how about you just give me a bit more each month in my allowance? That way things can be a little bit more fair here.
If that's how you're feeling, then how about you leave that dead-end job you have and work for a company that actually values you and pays you more? I don't want you thinking you can just take my money and play around with it all the time. But in some work yourself, and I promise you'll start making more money and won't have to keep asking your wife for her money.
Hey, don't say things like that. We have both been working for as far as I can remember, at least while we've been married, right? Yet you're not going to let me have anything that you've earned? I thought that by being married we were supposed to share what we made.
I've been letting you have quite a bit of it already. The thing is, you haven't been giving me anything in return. You take all that money you make and spend it all on yourself. Everything that has to do with this house, I'm being left to pay for. And for as long as I can remember, I haven't gotten any money from you to help me out, or even as a gift to show your love and appreciation for me.
But look, Jordan is going to be leaving us soon, so you won't have to pay for her anymore, right? That means you and I can have a little more fun with our lives, right? So you shouldn't be upset about giving me a bit more to spend every month. And as for that appreciation you're seeking from me, I give it to you every day by staying with you.
A little more fun with our lives? For some reason that makes it sound like you don't want to have fun with me, but rather have fun by yourself outside of the house. Hasn't that been where all my money's gone to already that I've given you? I'm sorry, but I'm not okay with that.
Hey, what's gotten into you? You've never spoken to me like that before. What happened to you today that's made you so stingy?
I'm starting to realize that your spending is a little suspicious. Up until now, I haven't really thought anything of it. But then I was being asked for money and gifts from your daughter, and she told me she wanted more from me than anyone else in the family.
That sounds like her. She must have gotten that kind of greedy mindset from her mother. That woman went and took all the money she could get and ran from me. Jordan must have seen her mother doing all of that and ended up loving money and things just as much as her.
And you seem to be the same way as those two.
What was that?
Whatever. Jordan, what is this all about? Where is my seat supposed to be today? Did you forget to tell the wedding staff to set my name out?
Huh? I didn't forget anything today. I just made sure that there was no place for you today at this wedding.
What?
There is no seat here today for some fake wannabe mom like you. This wedding is only for my real family, so a stranger like you needs to get out of here. Just leave whatever gifts and money you bought for me up front and go home. You made sure to bring me a lot of things today, right?
Fake wannabe mom? Up until this very day, I have done so much to support you, yet after all of that, this is how I'm treated?
You just supported me out of your own desires. I never asked for a single thing from you, right? If you're going to throw a fit about how unfairly you think you've been treated, how about you go outside and do it? We wouldn't want the security in this building to have to come and carry you out for causing a ruckus, right? But if that's what you really want, then go ahead and start crying.
I see. So this is really how things are going to be?
That's right.
And right now it seems your father doesn't care about what's happened to me and is laughing while I stand here patiently waiting. He's told me already that you're the bride today and that if you don't want me here, there is nothing else I can do. He seems to think you want him to be alone today, and that makes him laugh out of happiness.
Awesome! Dad is so cool.
Why did I ever decide to stick my neck out for you guys all this time?
Don't worry, because you don't have to do anything for us anymore. Now shut up and get out of here. Or else I seriously will have the security team come and carry you out. You're not supposed to be here today, so get.
All right, I'm going then. And if you regret what you've done later on, I'm not going to listen to you whine.
You think anything's going to change today by you not being here? Stop thinking that you're all that important to any of us. I'm cutting ties to you today. Goodbye forever, you useless grandma.
Understood. I'll make sure to have these divorce papers handed in today. That will be my wedding gift to you.
Seriously? Thank you. No, I really can say goodbye to you forever. Hey, what's going on here? I'm being told that the wedding is now being canceled? They're asking everyone to leave this wedding hall now.
Who is this?
Stop playing dumb, you idiot. I am your daughter, Jordan.
I don't have a daughter, though.
You're really going to start telling crappy jokes like that now? Why are things turning out like this now? I never told anyone that I wanted my wedding canceled.
Well, don't worry, because I did.
Huh? What does that mean? How could you have canceled my wedding?
Well, I was the one who went and paid for the whole wedding.
What?
And since that wedding I paid for would not be seating me, I chose to have it canceled.
I have no idea what you're talking about. This whole wedding was all paid for by Dad. What the hell are you going on about?
Oh, now that you say that, I'm sure that's how he explained things to you. But unfortunately, whatever your father was telling you was a lie. In reality, I was the one that paid for every little thing related to the wedding today.
What? Are you being serious?
Well, yes, of course I'm being serious. Isn't the fact that your wedding is being canceled right now clear enough evidence of that?
Why? If you're really the one who paid for everything, then why did Dad lie to me about it?
That's because your father wants you to continue liking him, and would rather you like him than me. And, well, That led to him trying to show off so that you'd stay with him instead of coming to me. Well, it's too bad things had to end this way, because now you're just going to find out just how poor of a father he really is.
No way. You have to be lying. I just went and asked Dad about this, and he won't say a word to me now.
I'm sure he won't, because no matter how much he's tried to fake being the man of the house, the only true man of the house with all the power and money was me. That man can't do anything by himself, and you'll soon realize that.
You have all the power and money? But the one making the most money is Dad, right?
No, that would be me. Honestly, with your father, he's already been trying his best just to stay alive. And that's with the help of me giving him a monthly allowance.
Huh? What does that mean? I never heard anything about all of that.
And that's because you never care to listen to what anyone has to say to you. I've talked about this many times now, about how I happen to work a very important job from home and that I'm the one paying for everything in the home. And I have made sure that every time you tried to say I was only in my room playing games, that I am actually in there working diligently. Yet you never listened to any of those words I said and continued to believe in that lie you made up about me. So don't get upset with me that you chose to live in your false reality.
Are you really making all of that money from home? Wait, I sort of had an idea that you'd be working a little bit in that room, but I just assumed you were only making enough to support your hobby of gaming.
Well, you never actually cared about anything I was up to and would always leave the house and go out and mess around. That's why you have no idea what kinds of things I was doing for work.
But I was always getting my allowance from Dad.
I know, and all of that money was coming from me. But your father wanted to make sure, no matter what, that you never found out about that. So I had to keep it a secret for so long that I was the one who really handed all her money to the family.
Why would you keep all of that a secret?
Because if I were to say anything, then your father would have been destroyed, right? He wanted to seem like this really cool father in front of you. And during those times, I was in love with him. So I had to give in to what he wanted and keep everything a secret with him.
Wait, Dad is starting to get really upset right now. He wants to know why you've started talking about all that. He's telling me to tell you that all of that has nothing to do with my wedding?
What? Such a loser. So that's all he has to say about what's going on? What do you think of him, Jordan? Do you still find your father to be a really cool guy after he went and kept all this stuff about his income and money to you a secret?
I really want to get pissed off at him right now, and what he's done is totally uncool and makes me want to say goodbye to him forever too. Why have I respected my dad so much all this time?
Right? I was thinking that myself, and that's why I gave up on keeping that a secret from you. So there you go. That's why I've told you the truth, yet it seems your father still wants to keep the truth hidden from you.
I get it now. I get it all now, so you can come back here. You can come back here and join my wedding as long as you tell the staff it won't be canceled.
You really think something as wonderful as that is going to happen for you? I told you already that I'm going to get this divorce now, right? I knew something like this was going to happen today, so I made sure to prepare in advance. That's why all of your things are out of the house now, and I'll go ahead and toss them for you, okay?
What? What are you talking about now? Wait, does this mean the house is also...
That's right. My name is on the house. I've been the one renting the house this whole time, and pretty soon here I'm going to be moving out. I've really wanted to get myself a proper office for work, and so I was thinking it'd be best to get myself an office and then set up a bed in there to sleep. I'll have the lock and everything changed on the house, so both you and your father can stay out of it now.
Wait a second! Things are going way too quickly for me. I never heard about any of that either. Aren't you being a real jerk right now, tossing all my things out of the house like that?
Wasn't all of this what you wanted, though? I'm giving you the gift of a divorce between myself and your father, yet you're going to get all upset about it now?
You don't have to divorce Dad anymore. Please, come back here. You have to do something about what's going on here. All of the groom's family is getting really upset with me now and are threatening to take him away from me.
Wow, sucks to be you then, I suppose. Too bad that I don't care. Honestly, I'm sure they are all happy to learn about the true person you and your father are before having the wedding. They're probably thankful for what I've done.
Shut the hell up! Do you have any idea what this will do to my life?
You think I care about some complete stranger's life? Be happy that I gave up 25 years of my life supporting you and your father. Be thankful for all that.
I understand, and I am very thankful for all you've done. Thank you so much for everything, Mom. So please come back here now.
I don't ever remember being your ATM, all right? So stop it with all of that fake appreciation for me and get real. Really, do you have any idea how much I am done with your father? Always needing me to do everything for him, even going as far as asking me to pay for your whole wedding, and then on the day of stabbing me in the back? I think the both of you need to spend some quality time in hell for this.
Don't say things like that. I'm not kidding when I say that right now things are really crazy. Dad's girlfriend just showed up to the wedding. She just started to tell him about how back in the day she did some things with his older brother. He knew about how she used to work as a prostitute and would take advantage of her all the time.
Oh, she's talking about that stuff now? I knew there was something wrong with her. But to think she did something as wild as that with his brother.
What? Do you know her?
After you gave me a few hints about how your father was cheating on me, I decided to delve into it a bit more. I got my lawyer involved, and we hired an investigator to have a look at what was going on with your father and her. We needed to know about who she was and what she was up to.
You went and did something like that?
And as for the allowance I was handing your father each and every month, most of it was going to that woman and the time he spent with her. I want all that money back that I wasted on him, so I'll make sure this settlement I get from him is huge.
Settlement?
You thought I'd just skip all the fun? I know about how he's been with her for the longest time now, cheating on me. And, well, cheating on me while married gives me the ability to take action against him. I'm still in the talks with my lawyer, so please give me just a few more days.
Wait, oh, this can't be happening. Dad doesn't even have the money to pay you back.
You think I care about him having the money or not? If he doesn't, then he'd better start moving his ass and making that money for me.
We're being asked to pay for the rest of this wedding now? We don't have that kind of money on us. Please, come here and do something about this, Mom.
Who is this mom you're talking about? You would never be calling some stranger that, right? You and I have cut ties completely now. So would you shut your mouth and let me have the peace of being free from you both that I deserve?
Please don't say things like that, Mom. I will apologize to you for everything my dad and I have done. Don't abandon the both of us at a time like this.
Up until a few days ago, I had been trying my best not to be bothered by everything your father and you were doing and just focus on my work. But now that I think about it, I should have gotten rid of you both long ago before things came to this. Now, I've told you what this divorce is, right? It's that present you were asking from me for your wedding that's better than anything anyone else will be giving you, all right? And you losing your wedding and getting into debt with your father is something I believe suits the both of you as well. So please take that next step forward and fall into the hell you've created for yourself. After that, the rest of the groom's family had had enough of Jordan, and they all began to walk out of the wedding hall, officially ending the wedding that Jordan had been so happy about. And as for what Jordan had been saying about her already being married to her fiancé, she was lying and only said that in order to make me feel even worse about how she would be leaving and wanting me to divorce her father. Anyway, as the rest of the groom's guests left the hall, so did a lot of Jordan's guests as well. And soon it was just her and Richard in there, surrounded by the wedding staff, asking for the remainder of the payment that was needed. Neither of them could afford to pay the remaining $5,000, and so Richard ended up writing them a check, knowing very well it would bounce in a couple of days and he'd be in huge trouble. When those two came running back to the house from the wedding, they both found all their things out in the yard, as well as the doors all being locked like I had said. They sat outside for hours, begging to be let inside by me, but I wasn't even at the house at the time and was just watching all of this drama unfold through my doorbell camera. And before they both decided to give up and leave my property, they got into this massive fight, screaming and yelling at one another about whose fault all of this was, before running out of energy and running off. They both would later get themselves a dirt cheap apartment where they've been living now without any furniture in it besides what they already owned. They would later be visited by my lawyer, who would let Richard know that the divorce had been concluded and that he and I were officially exes now. And along with that, he would be told about the settlement he owed me, and that he would get 3 months to pay it off, or else I would be taking him to court and raising said settlement. I'm not really sure he'll ever be able to get me that money I've asked for, but that's all right, because I know deep down that I already have more money than he ever will, and that at least I was given this divorce, which is going to be saving me a lot of money going into the future. The both of them regret never appreciating me for all the things I did for them, and have since had to sit in that apartment crying about what they've lost. But that's not something I care about, as those two most definitely deserved this. And I'm sure once that wedding hall finds that the check has bounced, they will go after Richard and Jordan, and they'll have a new kind of hell to live in. As for myself, I ended up ending the lease on that rented house and got myself a decent-sized office space downtown where I can get my work done from. There's also a small kitchenette inside it and enough space in one of the adjacent rooms for me to make a bedroom out of. I think for the time being I'll be living here, focusing all of my time and effort entirely into my job, instead of into that selfish and greedy family that I once had.
Mark, there's something on my mind, and it's not easy for me to say, but I'm going to say it anyway.
What is it?
I think that you should find yourself a new job. I mean, you only work like 2 times a week. In your free time, you play video games at home or go out with your friends. Don't you want a full-time job?
I don't. I already live in a nice house and I'm happy with my life. I don't think there's any need for me to change anything.
But I'm the one paying for it all. Don't you think that's a little unfair? If I were in your position, I'd feel bad that I wasn't making enough money. And also insecure about my future.
What the hell? Are you saying that I'm a loser because I don't have a full-time job like you?
I'm not. I just think that you should think about your future. You can't rely on me forever. I mean, you're still young. Don't you want to do something meaningful with your life? Don't you get sick of playing games and going out with the same group of friends all the time?
Whatever, you don't need to lecture me. I should have never married an older woman had I known that you would start lecturing me like this.
What do you mean by that?
I wish I'd married someone that was younger than me. I mean, they're prettier and more loyal. I married you because I have a stable job and income, that's all. I thought that if I was getting married, it would be better to marry someone like you, someone that could take care of me for the rest of my life. But I guess that I was wrong.
You're already thinking about your post-retirement years?
Sort of. The one good thing I got out of this marriage is that you bought us a room in this high-rise condo. And the mortgage payments aren't that high, are they?
I didn't buy this place. I pay a pretty high rent for us to live here.
But I'm sure that is not a burden for you, seeing that you make good money. If we're being honest with each other today, I think that my love for you is gone. I don't have any feelings for you anymore.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sick and tired of you telling me what to do all the time. You might be 5 years older than me, but that doesn't make me your child. I'm your husband. You should treat me with more respect.
I'm not being bossy because I'm older than you. I'm just asking you to do the right thing for the both of us. It doesn't make sense that I'm doing all the work here.
You can think whatever you want, but don't share your thoughts with me. It's really irritating.
I had no idea this bothered you so much. Fine, I won't say what's on my mind anymore. But please do some self-reflection on your own then. Mark?
What do you want now? Stop nagging me. I've had enough of your complaining.
I know that you brought over a woman to our apartment while I was at work.
How the hell did you find out? I don't care that you found out, though. I'm going to see whoever I like whenever I want to.
Well, I won't allow you to bring them over to my apartment. And I can't believe you let her use our bed. What were you thinking?
Fine, then do you want to get a divorce?
What?
And I'm taking this house. You can go find yourself a new place to live.
Do you hear yourself? Do you know how selfish you're being right now? We're renting this place under my name. Why should I be the one to move out? And we're still married. I have every right to complain about you bringing women over to our place. Don't you understand that you're committing adultery?
I don't care what you think of me. I'm no longer in love with you, and this is my life. I'm going to do as I please. I'm sick and tired of listening to you complain all the time. I've had enough. I want you to move out.
So this means that you want to file for a divorce.
Yes, that's right. I don't see any benefits in staying married to you anymore. It stresses me out to be with you. It's not good for my health. I want you to move out as soon as possible.
Are you sure this is a good idea? Isn't it better for you to move out?
I don't think so. I like living here.
I don't think that you'll be able to afford the rent. Do you even know how much you make right now?
I may not make as much as you, but I'll be able to pay the rent. It's not a problem.
I don't think you understand how much the rent is.
Do you think that I'm stupid? I think that we have the divorce papers at home.
Yes, we do.
I'll file them soon then.
What the hell? We haven't even finished talking about this. How can you be so selfish? You only make $800 a month. How are you gonna get by?
The rent is not that high, so I can manage. I don't spend that much anyway. I'm going to get back on my feet after we get divorced. I'm going to remarry a cute and young girl who takes better care of me.
Life is not that easy, you know. You're not going to miraculously find a great job when you want to. I didn't think you were such a lowlife.
What did you just call me?
I said that you're a good-for-nothing lowlife. I think we've done enough talking. You can file those divorce papers.
I'll file them as soon as possible. I'm so glad to have you out of my life.
Likewise. But I know that you won't be able to keep up with the rent. I can't wait to say I told you so to your face. You're sure of your decision to continue living here, right? You won't regret it later?
Yes, I'm sure. How many times do you have to ask me that? I love living here. You should change the name of the lease from yours to mine.
Will do. I wish you'd had appreciated me more, though. I did so much for you. I'm the one that's been supporting you financially ever since you quit your full-time job.
Well, as my wife, that was your obligation. It's nothing to brag about. All you did was pay the rent, and it's not even that much. It's like $100 a month, right? I'll pay the rent from now on, so move out as soon as you can. I don't want to see your face anymore.
Okay then, I'm moving out.
Great!
I just can't believe you're so stupid, though. Your punishment is coming your way soon. I've warned you. And I'm going to live my life happily without you.
Why do you keep on acting like I'm not going to be able to pay the rent? I'm not going to get punished for anything.
Well, if that's how you like to see things, fine by me. If I need anything more from you, I'll contact you through my lawyer.
Sounds great. I'm so happy that I don't have to live with you anymore.
Same here. Bye, asshole.
Yo, pick up your phone!
I'm at work, and we agreed to not speak to one another, remember? Text me instead. I did everything that you asked me to. What else do you want from me?
First of all, why did you take all the electrical appliances from my house? I called you last week about it, but you wouldn't pick up your phone.
I bought all those appliances, so I have every right to take them. It took me a while to move into my new place, but now that I have, I needed my appliances back.
Fine, I guess I can't complain about it, but you could have given me some warning. Now I have to go buy some appliances for myself.
I suppose, but why are you telling me all this? I'm sure that your new girlfriend can help you with the shopping.
Actually, there's a bigger problem. The rent is much higher than I expected it to be. There must be some sort of mistake.
Oh, so you finally got your bill. You should have read the contract when we changed the name in the agreement to yours.
I guess.
But this has nothing to do with me, so you need to figure it out on your own. I've been paying the rent up until now, and you never cared how much the rent was. It's not $100, you idiot. More like 10 grand. This is all your fault. You need to take responsibility for your actions.
So there's no mistake in the bill. The rent is 10 grand.
Yes, the rent is 10 grand.
You deceived me! The monthly rent is worth my annual salary amount. There's no way that I'll be able to pay this much.
I'm sure that it is a stretch for you. Good luck.
Is that all you have to say to me? Good luck? Are you having fun seeing me struggle like this? You knew that the rent was too high for me. Why didn't you say anything? I thought that the rent was like $100.
How could you assume that the rent was so cheap? You live in a nice place. It can't be that cheap. Don't you have any common sense?
Well, I saw that you paid a lot of money when we first rented this place out. And I also contributed all the savings that I had at the time. That's why I thought that the monthly rent wouldn't be so high, because we had already paid the majority at the beginning.
Well, that's not the case. It was money that needed to be paid to secure the room because it's so popular. And we also used the money to buy furniture. But what kind of an idiot are you to think that we could live here for so cheap? Your stupidity makes me laugh. You're a real joke.
Stop being so condescending! And this isn't funny at all. I can't afford to pay my rent.
Then why don't you ask your girlfriend to help out with the rent? I mean, she's living with you. That's the least she could do.
I can't ask my girlfriend to pay the rent. She looks up to me. She's 10 years younger than me.
It was stupid of her to choose to date you. I guess all you can do now is look for a decent job that pays well.
So you're not even going to offer to help me out? I'm not going to be able to find a new job in such a short span of time.
Well, if you can't come up with the rent, you're going to have to move out. The superintendent is going to ask you to pay the rent for the month that you've been living there.
But if I can't pay, I'm sure that will come to you next. I mean, the lease used to be under your name, so...
But we're divorced now. I don't have an obligation to help you out. Your parents are the guarantor, so I'm sure that the superintendent will get in touch with them if you don't pay the rent.
I didn't know that. How did I not know this?
So, you can't get away with not paying your rent. Your parents are going to be so pissed off with you when they find out about this. If your parents get mad at you over this, you won't have a place to live. Why are you even calling me about this? I thought that you never wanted to speak to me again.
I had no idea that this place was so expensive. You should have warned me about this. This is all your fault. You should take responsibility by paying the rent.
Why would I ever do that? I'm no longer a part of your life. Deal with it on your own, you scum.
Did you just call me scum?
I did, because you are scum. You only married me for my money. And then you quit your job and spent your time doing whatever you wanted. You made me do all the household chores and wasted my money on games and gambling. And on top of that, you found yourself a lover and had an affair. After that, you made me move out and tried to take my house from me. I don't deserve any of the crap you put me through. Now, you need to deal with this mess on your own. I'm no longer a part of your life.
Look, you have a point, and I'm sorry for the way that I treated you. I didn't mean for things to end like this between us. Can't you help me out for old time's sake? I mean, we used to be married.
The past is the past. It means nothing to me. We're strangers now.
Please don't say that. I'm sorry for cheating on you. I see how bad that was now. You still have feelings for me, right? Please don't leave me to suffer like this.
Feelings? Are you crazy? I don't feel anything for you anymore after the hell you put me through. You're the one that kicked me out. I suffered plenty. Now, it's your turn. I'm living in a fabulous new place now, and I have no intention of moving back in with you. My rent is pretty expensive, so I don't have the luxury to help you out with your rent.
Can I move in with you then?
No way.
Can we give it another try, please? I realized how much I love you after you moved out. I'm really sorry. I won't do anything else to hurt you.
I'd rather die than get back with you.
I'm serious! I know that we can make it work.
I hate you for what you did to me, and you're a loser who just wants to live with me for my money. I don't need you in my life. Now, can you please stop texting me? Good luck with your rent. If you can't pay the rent, I guess you'll need to borrow the money from somewhere. Although it's none of my concern now. Stop bothering me. I'm busy. In the end, Mark was not able to pay his rent. He suggested to his girlfriend that they escape during the night, but they were caught by the police the following morning. He had to beg his parents to help him pay the rent. He was then kicked out of his apartment and had no choice but to live on the streets until his parents forced him to live with them. As a result, his young girlfriend left him. He still owes his parents the rent they lent him, so he's desperately looking for a new job. He no longer has the freedom to do whatever he wants to do. He spends his time regretting the poor decisions that he had made that led him to this current situation. As for Melanie, after divorcing Mark, she lives a happy and fulfilling life. She even found herself a beautiful new boyfriend and continues to work hard at her company. She loves her new life without Mark. She made the right choice in divorcing Mark.
About time that CEO died. And I'm sure that a scum CEO like him must have a scummy son as well.
Stanley, your timing with all of that is terrible. Do you really think I want to sit here and listen to you talk about us like that after my father passed away? I know very well that you and my father were not very close to one another. Not even close at all, actually.
What do you mean by that? I am a banker and I did the right thing as one. And I never had the money to loan out to someone that could never run their business properly.
I understand that it's your job to be the one deciding whether or not to loan out the bank's money. But you having given him nothing for so long led to his company going in the red. And from there you only began to look down on him even further. Was there any real reason as to why you had to do that to my father when he was in such a rough situation?
Are you trying to say that I wasn't doing the right thing by not giving him any money? You can't do anything yourself, and you feel you can judge me on that one? It's because of you being such a useless son that your father ended up dying due to stress.
I don't think I had anything to do with his death. I've heard all about what you've done to my father from him. I'd like it if you began to act a bit more like a grown adult and started to look past all the troubles you've caused us.
This is a pain in my butt. Especially since your father's company is falling apart. I'm sure the company's on the way out right now, yeah? I think you should do the honors and put it out of its misery. The CEO is gone now, so it's time that place was put to rest.
Can you stop saying such horrible things, please? I plan on bringing this company back up from the ashes you let it become. And so I'm going to start working on that right now.
How are you going to do all that when you have no money? Well, if you happen to come to me asking for anything, I'd hand you nothing more than a bit of pocket lint before showing you the way out.
The money at that bank is not your own, Stanley. I'm not saying that you have to be the one to help with the company that I plan to bring back. But the money in that bank is not something you can control all the time. There are always other bankers I can talk with.
Huh? What's with that kind of talk? I am the only one in charge of the money at this bank, and so I can choose who gets my help or not. And because your family never understood that the company is on its final leg.
This company is not going to fall because of you. No matter what you have to say about us or this company, it's not going to die. Thank you for worrying about us here, but we don't need your worries. And thank you for caring about my father back when you actually cared. But after today, you'll never have the chance to help us out again. Now, good day to you.
I'm going to come to your father's funeral. You should be happy for that.
You don't have to come to it now. My father wouldn't be happy if you came anyway. And if you're worried that not coming will affect how you're viewed, don't worry about that, because it won't. I'd rather you stayed far away from the funeral, actually.
I'm not planning on listening to what you've uttered. Now, I'll be coming to see your devastated expressions when I arrive at the funeral.
You're only going to cause more trouble, so please, stay away. I'm telling you that you don't have to bother with my family anymore. Now, goodbye.
I'm quite the nice guy, aren't I? I came here with some money to hand off to you guys as a gift, even though you were all scum. Thank you, please.
This isn't funny, Stanley. Why did you come to my father's funeral? Did you think that it was okay for you to do that when you're supposed to be seen as a leading banker?
Huh? What was it that I did wrong here?
You came into the funeral and chucked 49 cents at me, saying it was the money you wanted to give to my father. That right there is beyond normal. You get your head together and explain yourself to me. Actually, you don't even have to explain anything to me as long as you leave. I don't even want to look at you anymore.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm happy thinking about how soon that company will fail soon. And I'll never have to worry about you scum again.
Excuse me? Are you really going to say that to me again when my father only just passed away a few days ago? I think that what you've done is far from okay now that you've made yourself out to look like a complete lunatic.
He caused all sorts of problems for me. Because he never knew how to run a company, his problems slowly became mine, and that was no good. But now that he's gone for good, I decided to celebrate that by handing you 49 cents in his name.
I'm going to make you regret what you've done today.
Try it.
I'm telling you that what you've just said to me, you'll soon come to regret. I'm not going to let what you've done to me go. You're really going to regret what pain you've caused me and my family today. I'm going to do all this in the name of my father.
What are you going on about, Richard? At this point, no matter what you try and say to me, I'm not going to budge. You and your whole family is a bunch of idiot scum. I'm looking forward to the day the company collapses. Well, good luck trying to pick up any scraps before that company crumbles into pieces.
I don't need to hear any of that from you because we have a plan set in place to bring the company back on its feet. And whether I do my best or not will not be affected by you. I'm seriously going to make you regret all of this, so you'd better get excited for that time to come.
Richard, it's been a few weeks now. I know I haven't spoken to you for a while now, but are you doing all right? Can you please forgive me for what had happened before? I've contacted you today apologizing for all of that. So if you don't mind, I'd love to have a moment of your time to talk through things. And preferably, I'd love to come to you to apologize to you properly and sincerely.
Stanley, your attitude has changed quite a lot since the last time we spoke. Did something happen to you?
I have seen that your company has come along quite a ways. And so I was wondering if I could be of any service to you and the company now.
So you're here asking me to allow you to help the company again? I'm surprised you're not embarrassed by asking me that after all you've done, you jerk.
Huh? Stanley?
My company really has been performing well now. And that is all because my father, the man you talked horribly about for so long, was able to make some last-minute saves before his death that brought a lot of income into the company. And because of that, the company is outperforming most other companies in the state, and has become a very popular topic for discussion. I'm sure you just want to help the company out now because you want to make yourself look good right now. You think that by asking such a thing, you and I will become close to one another? Have you forgotten about everything that you've done to my father and his family?
I'm so sorry about what had happened then. And as of now, I am very regretful of the way I had acted, both around your father and around you. Do you think you can find it in your heart to forgive me for that? I promise that there is a very high chance now that the money your father had requested before can be given to you now because of the company's outstanding performance. Will you allow the two of us to discuss all of that even further?
What? Are you expecting that I'll give in and allow you to talk about money now after all you've done? You never listened to what my father wanted when he was alive, so why have you changed your mind now?
I never meant for any of that to be damaging to him. At the time, it was hard for even I to be able to hand over the amount of money he had been asking for. Can you please find a way to understand what I'm saying?
Even if that was the case back then, the way you handled it was rude and unacceptable for a grown adult. We're not going to be asking for any kind of financial support from you now. And at this point, we have already spoken with other banks about financing, and are to the point now where we've finished our talks and are moving on to finalizing our deals.
What? Are you guys going to pull out the money you have in our bank deal?
We are. We no longer want your bank handling any of the company's money. I was waiting for you to come and apologize to me just so that I could tell you that we were moving forward with pulling all of our money out of that bank. And thankfully, we are just about ready to do so. This is all working too perfectly.
Please, slow down for one moment. Are you sure about that?
About what?
The money that we're holding here is in fact the money that belongs to your company, yes? Moving it out of here so easily is not something that can be done overnight.
I'm aware of that, and that's why I've been working on accomplishing this feat for a while now. And when the money has all been pulled out, you'll have to be the one to take responsibility for it.
Huh? I have to?
Of course you do. The whole reason that our company is now pulling the money from your bank and moving it somewhere else is because of the way you acted towards us. I'm sure you'll even be fired for this now that there will be some damages to your bank.
Richard, do you think you can talk to me directly about all of this? I'd like to start out by apologizing for everything that had happened between us before. And I'd really like to have the chance to explain myself to you. I believe there is a massive misunderstanding between us right now.
A massive misunderstanding? Oh, I don't think so. I have not forgotten about the way you acted then. And no matter how much you've changed your attitude now towards me, what you had said and done will not be erased.
And I am very well aware of that. But I'd love to talk to you about that a bit more. I have thought a lot about what I've done, so please allow me to apologize to you. Please, I promise that I'll never act in that sort of childish way towards you and your company ever again.
It is far too late for you to apologize to me now. I told you back then, didn't I? I'm going to make you regret what you said and done. And I'm just doing what I had promised.
Please calm down, Richard. I'm very well aware that all of that was because of me, and I'm at fault for that. But I'd really like for us to continue talks again about how this bank can help your company in even more ways now. So please just give me enough of your time to talk with you about all of that in person.
No, thank you. I'm not going to work with your bank anymore, and I thought I had made that clear. I'll never forget the way you treated my father, and this is all happening now because of that.
I never meant to treat him so poorly then. Perhaps you could say that back then I had just gotten a little too far ahead of myself, and that caused me to act in a slightly rude manner towards him.
Slightly? I doubt that you were only slightly being rude to him back then.
His company continued to stay in the red that whole time, but he always came to me asking for more support. I understand that things were tough for him, but
even though you understood the rough situation he had been in, you not only acted towards him in a cold manner, but you even came all the way to his funeral and made fun of his name.
Well, I didn't mean for that to be anything hurtful towards him and his family. I had to be at the funeral as I'm one of the lead bankers that worked with him.
Oh, I know that you had to be there. But if you had to be there only because you are a leading banker, then you should have acted like one until the very end. I'm never, ever going to let that go. You hear me? Everyone else that was at the funeral feels the same way I do about you. My father may have worked with your bank for the longest time now, but after seeing how you treated him and his family, everyone is very much okay with what I'm doing now. And I think that what I'm doing right now, having the company's money removed from your bank, is the perfect form of revenge.
Please, wait, Richard. I never expected your company to make such a huge comeback like it has after what your father did to it. I know now that I was getting too far ahead of myself, and I want to apologize for that. But if you pull all that money out of our bank now, it will really ruin my day.
And I have nothing to do with your day being ruined, Stanley. You didn't seem to care when my father was in a tough spot and his day was being ruined. So why should I care about your day?
Wait, please! I didn't mean that.
Also, it seems you never even looked at how the company was doing before my father passed, right?
Huh?
If you had just taken a look at the company's sales, you would have seen that it was going to make a comeback for sure. The only reason for my father needing some money from you at the time was because of a mistake one of the managers in the company had made when writing an order. And so because of that, the company did not have the right amount of money to cover the costs. But had you just handed over a little money to help pay for the costs at the time, then you would have seen that the company being in the red was only due to one late payment. So the only reason you thought the company was in the red for so long is because of that one mistake. But it was only on one occasion and wasn't even that big of a deal at the time. If you were really the amazing banker you feel that you are, you would have noticed that and understood that by handing the money to my father that one time, the status of being in the red would have gone away immediately after he made the payment.
Well, that's...
Did you ever take a look at the company's finances when he came to you? And on top of that, did you even offer to lend him anything?
I'm sorry, but I did not. I had assumed that him coming back to meet me again for money meant that his company was in the red for good. And so I never thought to look at the finances of his company. I'm so very sorry for that. But now I'm very much aware of how well your company is doing. Please allow my bank to continue working with your company.
I've already spoken to your bank's owner.
Huh?
I'll be going over there later to speak with them in person, but I will not be talking to you. I'll be letting them know about how it was your attitude that led to this choice.
Stop that, please. If you tell them about that, then I'll be made responsible for everything. Richard, please stop trying to make all of this my problem.
I'm not trying to make it your problem, as it's always been your problem, Stanley. And because of the way you acted after my father died, I'd hoped that you would have thought about your actions and made up for them sooner. But I can see that even after a few weeks have passed, you still don't see what you've done as your problem.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to apologize to you now, so please forgive me. I'll come to you and get on my hands and knees.
I don't need to see you doing that now. I know that you're a pile of garbage now, and will never change unless something severe happens to you. You really screwed up by not doing your job and labeling my father as scum for making one small mistake. I'm going to make sure you get a full whiff of this revenge that I've brewed up for you. Goodbye. After that, Stanley the banker was forced to take responsibility for his actions and was fired because of them. He was also made to pay the bank for the huge loss they just took when Richard pulled his company's money out, and is now stuck with some major debt. Really, the bank would have never minded Stanley for turning Richard's father away when he came asking for some help. But him going the extra mile and throwing 49 cents at Richard during his father's funeral is where things changed. If only Stanley had been a bit more mature about the way he acted, he would never have been in such trouble. But just as Richard had said, the only way that Stanley is going to learn and change for the better is after something severe happens to him, like losing his job.